All reactions in this program are improvised and have not been rehearsed. Portions of said reactions not affecting the outcome have been edited and/or recreated. Warning, this is what years of being a pack rat will do to you.
And now it's time for What's on this tape? For almost 20 years, I've had over 400 VHS tapes sitting in boxes, gathering dust. But enough is enough. Now it's time to do some spring cleaning. Right here, I've got a box of 14 tapes with no labels. It's a complete mystery what's on them. Until now. So join me as I finally find out what's on this tape. 1.
And we begin this batch of tapes with the end of an infomercial for Bowflex. Not bad, eh? So what is this, like a bear joke? George Polk the bear. OLN special presentation. A special presentation of what? A cycling tour or something? So this is the Outdoor Life Network, OLN, and this event is the 2003 Vuelta a España. Boring. Let's go forward an hour. Ooh, Mike Ditka. Da Bears. Yeah, that's the only reason anybody subscribes to Sports Illustrated. The superficial swimsuit issue. Jeez, it's like 3 hours of this stuff so far. Somebody must have been really a fan of the Outdoor Life Network, which they must have had to watch indoors, ironically. I loved these Red Bull ads. I can tell they were done in the UK because of the drawing style. I keep forgetting the name of the animator, though. Or the designer. It's that skinny guy I've seen in movies like Grandma's Boy. He kind of looks like John Hader, but he isn't. Could be a stand-in for him, though. Wow, can you believe it? This is like 6 hours, and 5 minutes to be exact, of the 2003 Vuelta a España. That's a lot of bike riding. A lot of coverage of bike riding. Frankly, I don't find this very exciting, so let's go on to the next one. 2. No, I have not accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Thank you very much. Oh, looks like it was recorded over. Let's see what it was recorded over with. CBS stereo sound. We're available. I wonder where it was available. So, it looks like this is a show on CBS that I am not familiar with. Let's see what it's called. So this is called Early Edition. Oh, kitty kitty.
Sunday, November 17th.
Whoa.
George C. Scott. Titanic.
I don't think this is the same James Cameron movie, but I could be wrong. I mean, I'd have to look it up. I don't know how many adaptations of Titanic there have been. So that episode of Early Edition is complete, except it doesn't have end credits. But now we're on a completely different CBS show. This one looks like it takes place on a highway. Let's see what it's called. Promised Land. Oh, that guy looks familiar. Crickets, the rustle of silk. A waltz played by a distant orchestra. Only thing that's missing is a guitar, and maybe a Dixieland band. Alright, so that episode of Promised Land is complete.
Mr. Rohypnol!
Alright, and now we are coming into what was recorded over. And, it's that pastor guy.
My voice. Oh, monsieur, I just.
All right, 3 hours into the tape, and we're still on this guy. So, would you believe it? This tape is 5 hours, 31 minutes, and, it has a lot of that religious 80s programming. So, if you're into that, you can have this tape. Check the link in the description. Now let's move on to the next one.
3.
Jay London. He was my favorite. So, this is the last few seconds of an episode of Last Comic Standing on NBC. From 2004. Let's see what comes after it. Eddie Murphy as Donkey. Father of the Pride. Yeah, I remember being excited about this show because, everybody was into DreamWorks back then. Although, I'm going to have to verify whether Eddie really did the voice for Donkey in this because, there were substitutes every now and then. I mean, he was substituted in the PJs at some point. But, it's nice that NBC had its own primetime adult sitcom to compete with The Simpsons, so to speak. And how about that? That episode is complete with commercials. Now we're 30 minutes into the tape, and it looks like we are seeing a trailer for ER now, and this is an episode of Scrubs. Yeah, thanks for telling us what we're watching. So, that episode of Scrubs is also complete with commercials, but unfortunately I haven't seen any SNL promos for this hour of primetime so far. Anyway, now we got Law & Order. Oh, no we don't. This is Queer Eye on Bravo. Let's go forward and see if it's complete. Okay, we got trailers for Manhunt. Oh, okay, so there was a UK edition. Yeah, this was back when, in the early 2000s, when Bravo was really trying to cater to the LGBT audience. It's like they were going all out. No pun intended. Oh, dude, I loved these Apple commercials. I especially liked the Sesame Street parody of it when, the silhouettes of Big Bird, Snuffy, and Elmo were all dancing to the D-word dance. All right, so that episode of Queer Eye is complete with commercials, except for maybe like the first minute or so. But, after Queer Eye, let's see what we've got. I see it's the West Wing. But it's only the first few seconds of the West Wing. Past the old El Paso. Episode of Lost. I'd like to know how they did that effect. This guy clearly doesn't know where he is, and I don't know where he is either. Since there's a plane wreck, I'm guessing this is like the series premiere. Because, it didn't begin with a previously on recap. Alright, so that episode of Lost is complete, and now we're in the first few minutes of The Bachelor. And jumping just a minute or two later, we're 3 hours and 4 minutes into the tape, and it looks like we have some Olympic footage. Maybe this is from 2004, because, all the rest of the stuff on this tape is from 2004. Okay, maybe this is the opening ceremony, I don't know. Olympic Jeopardy with Gilbert Gottfried? Oh man, I've got to research that episode. I've got to research both of these Jay and Conan episodes. All right, now we are 4 hours into the tape, and we are seeing what was recorded over. Dasani commercial. You can't live without a challenge. Yeah. Is it really a challenge to drink water, though? I mean, there is such a thing as the water challenge. Look it up. I'd like to start by saying Lance Armstrong and his bike, and his balls, and his cancer. Can you guess who I'm quoting? His initials are GC. Okay, so 6 hours and 3 minutes into the tape, we have just passed like a little over 2 hours of the Tour de France. And now we've got a commercial for Berry Burst Cheerios, which I've never really heard of. So, up next on UPN 44, looks like we got Star Trek Enterprise, and then Voyager, and then Unexplained Mysteries. So, this episode is called The Shipment, and it is complete with commercials. Now let's see what comes after. Now we're at the first part of Voyager, and the Lance Chronicles? Geez, this must be more Tour de France. Can you believe it? That tape was a whopping 8 hours and 13 minutes. And, the last hour on that tape was, of course, more Tour de France, this time from the OLN, Outdoor Life Network. You may remember that from the first tape. And now let's move on to the next tape.
4.
We've got a digital presentation on PBS, recorded onto an analog format. The Boomer Century, huh? That must be the title of this program. Okay, so we got Rob Reiner and his goo. Oliver Stoned. Yeah, I didn't know he was raised Republican. Lewis Black. Yeah, I've seen him live. He was pretty good. So these must be the steps as part of this. This special must be like some kind of PowerPoint presentation basis or something. Anyway, I guess this special is pretty interesting. I mean, I was raised by boomers, so, I might as well, watch it all the way through, rather than just go over bits of it and riff on it. Yeah, but before that, I'm going on to the next tape.
5.
Arigato! Looks like this is NHK, Japan's PBS. Oh, this must have been recorded in 2003. Whoop, we've hit a blizzard. Okay, I don't know the name of that guy, but he must be famous. Anyway, I'm just going to go forward a little bit. Whoop, 35 minutes into the tape, we've got another blizzard. And, whoa, we're back on NHK. Looks like this must be some music show or something. Japan's Got Talent? I don't know. Yeah, this reminds me of that SNL sketch, J-Pop America Fun Time Now. Look it up. So I see this is NHK by way of KTSF, which is like a PBS or public television station in the Bay Area. Okay, 2 hours and 8 minutes into the tape, and we are still on KTSF, and it looks like this is a news broadcast. This must be a Chinese news broadcast. Ringer Hut? Is that anything like Pizza Hut? So now we're back on NHK on something called Ring Show. Looks like it's music related. Again. Aha! This is definitely from 2003. We've got Kim Jong-il and Bush and other people in the news. Another blizzard. Okay, we're about 5 hours into the tape, and I think this is a documentary. A documentary about an old lady and her piano, to be exact. This may be a different channel. TV Japan. Okay, and this, I'm guessing, is a soap opera. Okay, so that was about 6 hours and 8 minutes of mostly Japanese TV. Anyone interested in that? Just follow the link in the description. So now, let's move on to the next tape.
6.
This is obviously a commercial because TV shows don't have that kind of pacing, and plus, yeah, this looks like it's a commercial for, Vegas, I'm guessing? Yeah, totally. Elizabeth Taylor. Is this around from, like, when she died? I'm not sure. Oh, we've hit a blizzard. Okay, and, after that blizzard, we've got a little bit more of Access Hollywood. Okay, we got Mark Wahlberg. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Looks like they're in a movie together. It's called Pain and Gain. Theaters, April 26th. Gotta look up the year. Oh, can you believe it? That's all that's on this tape. Barely more than 2 minutes. It's practically blank for all I can say. Let's go on to the next one.
7.
Okay, now for tape number 7, we've got a feature presentation on HBO, and it's rated R. Wonder what it's called. Escape from LA. And I think the reason it looks like this is because HBO has like some kind of content scrambling system, or at least they did back then. I mean, they are known for, those big premium cable companies are known for, scrambling their broadcasts, to protect them against being recorded. So that's my guess anyway. Okay, and about an hour and 42 minutes into the tape, after the bad signal copy of Escape from LA, we've got this other movie on FX. Ooh, kitty, kitty, kitty. And, I think this is 9.5 weeks. Aha! We got Christopher Lloyd in a Collect commercial. And a chimp. Due to graphic and mature content, viewer discretion is advised. Yeah, this is probably pretty bold to be shown on FX. Oh, and look. We got a commercial by Bill Plimpton. Yeah, I'd know that choppy frame rate anywhere. Yep, it's for Geico. And there's another one. Wow, he must have done like a handful of these. All with pencils and markers. Probably. Looks like we've got MASH coming up. Back-to-back episodes. And we've got another one a half hour later. But that one is missing its last few minutes. And now we've got a partially recorded over episode of, I'm thinking, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Okay, and after that, we've got some weird yearbook animation. TGIF. Yeah, Wonderful World of Disney, Pocahontas, ABC, a memorable time for some. And after just a few seconds of 2020, it looks like that's all that's on this tape. So, I'm heading over to the next one.
Stay tuned for the next episode of What's on This Tape, where even more hidden content will be revealed.